All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of 4GQ TV. And, today we do have a very special guest coming on. He will be on in approximately about an hour, as well as somebody else who's going to be another surprise guest, I should say, as well. So it's going to be a fun time talking to everybody. And we're waiting for PK to join us. PK had to do some errands. But, you have a very rare appearance today from the Belgium sensation across the nation. Yeah, he's down below me. Is Gregory Goiverts. What's up?
Hey, of course. Yeah. It's I'm happy to be here. It's been a while. I know. Everybody misses me. The Belgium sensation
I don't know.
with a lot of
Everybody might be
candy.
overstating it, but yeah.
Nah, I'm happy to be here. We're gonna talk about some great stuff, including this one, you know. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a fun time for sure. I can't wait to ask some questions later on. I'm really excited about um, Albert joining us, but we also have a celebrity as well next to me. He's sporting the celebrity hat. That's like a
Oh,
celebrity
please.
hat at this point for him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I don't see any toppings on that hat.
No toppings, no
No
pineapples.
pizza,
Yeah.
none
No,
whatsoever.
no,
So,
no.
Paul, welcome. What's going on,
Thank
man?
you. Oh, not much. Just been playing games and hanging out and trying to relax. And we are tend to be Marvel oriented. I will say I've just finished as of 10 minutes ago. I just finished rewatching The Punisher before it leaves Netflix to show up God knows where, whenever. So yeah. So because
Yeah,
they are pulling all the Netflix shows off, all the Marvel shows off of Netflix as of next week. So had a lot of watching to do over the last few days. So
yeah, yeah. I saw that as well. Apparently, though, in America, they are going to go to Disney Plus, so that is a
oh good.
positive.
Yeah, they're
The rumor, well, the site that I read, I don't know how accurate it is, but it said that they're rumored to be joining the MCU finally. So we'll see about that.
well we've already had D'Onofrio as Kingpin, so it's quite possible.
Yeah, speaking of Marvel, I just want to tell you guys real quick. I went to the comic store lately, right? And at the comic book store, they have a new Carnage comics #1, like a whole bunch of different ones. But I'm just happy. It seems like Carnage is coming back. I wonder if he's gonna make a resurgence in MCU as a different version of Carnage. I'd just be really happy about that. We need some really good villains. I mean, I'm tired of the wish wash
Yeah,
villains and all.
we talked the other night. On the MCU after show. You and I and Paris talked about the possibility of Carnage making a return because of the way they left it. So hope we see it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Agreed. I definitely do
Yeah.
hope we see it. So for everybody pouring into the chat right now, Albert's going to be joining us at around approximately 7:30, along with another surprise guest. And PK is supposed to be joining us if he gets a moment. He had to do some errands, and Boba Fett has a message already for Flamish. Let's see. Let's
Uh
see.
oh.
He's probably been elsewhere in the world than he should be, to be honest. No, yeah, it's only out for like 36 minutes, but I'm actually finishing the pedestrian at the moment. I'm at the end and it's mind blowing, so I'm gonna finish that game first. I'm gonna have enough time on my hands with Elden Ring for days, weeks, months. I don't know. Game's big.
Flamish. This I don't know if you noticed what's on your Elden Ring picture, but it's kind of ironic. Uh,
What?
Look at the corners of that picture, buddy.
Yeah.
What?
You don't see it. You don't see what's in the corner of the picture.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
I'll find another picture. Fine.
yeah. Flamish is going to be changing his laundry there in a second. So his background looks better now that. So I mean, I want to start off with something very simple. A quick topic, but I think the games with gold are looking decent. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no.
I'm not disappointed because previous months we kind of let down, but it's looking good. So this upcoming month we're going to be getting the Flame in the Flood, Street Power Soccer, Sacred 2, and Truth or Square SpongeBob. Flame in the Flood is a very good game. If you never played it, I mean, it could be a little challenging. For me, it was anyway. I couldn't survive very long. I died very quickly. I never played Street Power Soccer. Sacred 2, I think, isn't that like a Diablo style top down game, Flemish?
I remember it somewhere, but I'm not sure. I'll actually look it up for a second. Hold on.
Okay.
I'll watch the
Uh,
video as we see.
the Belgian Googler is going to let us know.
The Belgian
And and Sponge, I like SpongeBob. I can't complain about SpongeBob. I'm pretty happy about that. I know,
Yeah,
Graphic God. I'm very happy that these games are coming out, man. Very excited for that.
What's interesting is I've never played any of those games, which means I will probably grab them all and give them a look over. Because it's the first time in quite a while that it's games that I haven't played previously.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
For me, it's the same thing. Like I never played any of them. Sacred 2 is like my jam, of course. I mean, action RPGs, isometric, like how they look. So it's gonna be up my alley. It is an older game though, so I don't know how much it aged. If it's
You'll notice that because Flamish adjusted his camera, he now looks like the little kid at the big people table.
well, I just want to show off the title. Okay, I'll put it up again.
Oh,
No,
nice.
they did look awesome. I mean, Flame the Flood. I never seen any of those games, so I'm just excited to dive in as always. But yeah, like I said before, I think I have enough time on my hands with working now and not being able to do a lot of shows, and all that stuff that I'll be just jumping into this game. So,
I know he's looking for a player number 2. I'm gonna try to help him a little bit, but I can't promise I'll finish the game all the way through. I just can't promise.
Yeah.
That's the challenge for me. I'm gonna be honest with you right now, Flemish. That game is gonna probably frustrate me just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
just a
Oh, come
little.
on.
Just a
We
little
both know
smudge.
what he's really looking forward to is SpongeBob. Okay,
Yes, I'm very. I might have already have that. I'm not sure.
we have it.
We do.
We already have it.
We already have it. Nice. So can't complain. Love that. Hey, what's up, Mike? Nice seeing you in the chat, fellow Gamers United Guild. Speaking of which, they have a tournament coming up on Friday or later tonight, I think. Yeah, first
Thursday.
game.
Yeah.
Go. Rocket League. It's gonna be a fun time for sure.
Yeah.
So, Paul, I know that you do a lot of streams. You do some ambassador streams, especially when you're not talking about, toppings on pizza and
yeah, that's right.
your TMZ, interviews and stuff. Will you be streaming the SpongeBob game?
Will I stream it? Oh, I can definitely stream it. I'll even stream it on this channel if you want me to.
Nice. Yeah,
Except every time I hear
would
the
love to see
song
that.
about it living in a pineapple under the sea, I'm gonna get a little twitchy.
Living in a pizza with a pineapple under the sea? Is that better? Somebody should make a meme of that for Paul. He could be the next door neighbor with the flute. What's his name?
Oh yeah,
Squidward? Yeah.
Squidward. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, the other news is that there was some news today that dropped. They're saying that they are remaking Fallout New Vegas 2. Or not remaking, I should say making a sequel. You guys hear that?
I've seen the rumor. Yes.
Let's see. I'm going to look this up while we're waiting for PK. And
Oh, waiting for Pico.
yes.
Where is he?
Where in the world is PK? That's a tough question. I don't think anybody could find him. So yeah, it's reportedly early in talks at Xbox, which that's according to reporter Jeff Grubb, transcribed via VGC, I guess Video Game
Yeah.
Chronicle. He also leaked some news about PlayStation Spartacus. So I mean, he's been leaking some stuff, and hopefully it's true because I would really love a sequel to
New
Fallout.
Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's something about a remastered collection. Is that another rumor, Paul, or is that accurate news that you
That's
saw?
another rumor as well. I've only seen it as a rumor.
Okay. Idle Sloth, shout out to him. He posted that. And usually he posts some pretty good information. So
Yep.
I'm hoping that's accurate as well. Very excited for that. Um, so what
I,
has everybody been playing?
I've been doing a lot of Assassin's Creed Valhalla over the last few days just because I started playing it and I can't put it back down. I did check out what's it called, the patched Cyberpunk 2077. I want to get back to it as well. My problem is right now there's a bunch of games I want to play, but I can't play them all at the same time. I just don't. I only have two hands and one monitor. Or I would be. I'd be sitting there playing multiple games at the same time. Um, so yeah, that's what I've been mostly focused on the last few days. So
Flamish? What have you been working on?
Well, for me, it's Lost Ark, of course. It's not available in Belgium, but I can play it through means that are um, different. Um, but besides that, yeah, like I said, I just finished the pedestrian. Probably, I'm just at the end of the game, I think. Um, then besides that, I also played a little bit of Cyberpunk 2077. I started over because I've been somewhat in the game and I didn't remember anything about the game anymore. It's been since launch. So I'm like, okay, let me just start over. The game is good. It's awesome. I think the new 60 frames is so much better. I don't know if the game was 60 frames in the beginning. It just feels a lot smoother, a lot better than was at launch. So I was waiting for the patch. I told everyone I'm waiting for the patch. I want a patch before I play the game again. And I just feel it's been worth it. And then yeah, of course, you know what? I'm gonna play this tomorrow. Check it out. I'm very excited. So.
So, in case you guys don't know this, Flamish said that he's going to stick with Elden Ring until he beats it.
yeah,
Yeah. So
that's not gonna
I'll
happen.
tell you why. I never beaten any Dark Souls or Souls-like game ever because I always too scared. I don't know what to do. I don't know what the game mechanics are, and yeah, it's just something that doesn't stick with me that much. But now I watched a bunch of videos. I do understand now what the Souls series is about, how you play this sort of games, and I think it's gonna help me now. I think I've got a very good understanding of how this game should be played for me, how I should do it. And I think with everything they did in the game, they made it a little bit easier because you can summon different and like soul like different friendlies, I would say, like summoning beasts and stuff for your as a help. Basically, magic is a lot better in this game now. It's open world; you can do whatever you want. It's gonna be a lot more friendly towards newer players, so they made it a lot more accessible. Not accessible in the way of um, other type of accessibility, but just accessible for newer players, a lot more friendly towards newer players, I would say. I think that's more of the right term I would go
Okay.
for.
Also, I do want to, since Jay's in the chat, I want to let him know I'm using a green screen today, Jay, and I hope it looks better. Because if it doesn't, I'm sorry, I can't help you at this
No, it
point.
looks good.
Looks good.
He didn't like the automated screen that I was using
Ah,
because he said that it made little green things in between.
Okay.
Fun's like, okay, let's move on. Let's talk about my candy bowl. No, I
What's
haven't
that
really.
candy ball?
Honestly, I haven't really played too much of stuff. I mean, the last thing that I played was Guardians of the Galaxy. Love that game. Recommend it to everybody if you haven't played it. I tried playing Marvel's Avengers on PS5, but I couldn't figure out how to get Spider-Man because I was doing it remotely. I found this new app that's really cool. It's on the Google Play Store and Android Store. It's called PS Play, and it's not the official remote app for PlayStation. It is a guy who just made an independent app, but it does 1080p streaming. It does a superior HVAC encoder. Isn't it funny how somebody else has to make something better than their own app? Like, I wonder how long this thing's going to last for before they try and take it down. But it's a really smooth experience remotely. You can do it on the network, or you could do it via IP. So you could be like at a, I don't know, gas station with no internet and still play on your 5G.
So I want to say something to that, Clown. So
Mm-hmm.
when you think about apps like that, right? People use mods for different games or apps, and it's a good thing if they see that app, take it down, but then use it to make themselves like better version, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they improve. Like that would be the right take on it, right? It's still their property, so they could take it down. But I hope they improve upon their own model that they have at the moment that they implement it basically in there and maybe give a small portion to the guy that made it, right? To say
Oh,
like you helped us tremendously with making this app. Just give us all the code, how you did everything, and we'll implement it.
yeah, because it does HDR as well, Flemish. So that's a
Cool.
big deal. I mean, seeing HDR on your phone from your PlayStation 5 also works on PlayStation 4, but with PlayStation 4, you can't use the advanced HVAC codec or the HDR streaming, which I understand. I mean, maybe there's some limitations, but Paul is really excited to get a PS5 now for sure.
oh, absolutely. Actually, hey, if anybody wants to gift me a PS5, I'm here for it. Yeah.
So I want to ask you guys, like, what any ideas of things that you're excited for? Anything coming out that you're excited for? Even technology wise, anything Xbox is doing that you're hyped for?
Um, at the moment, I'm just excited for the new Borderlands type game that's coming out next month. Besides it, Star Wars, of course, the new Star Wars and the new Harry Potter type game that's coming out as well, the Hogwarts Legacy. Those three are my topics that I'm waiting for this year. But besides that, technology wise, no. Um, I did saw a cool video about fusion, like fusion energy that they're trying to make now in the UK, but that's something entirely different.
Always kind of makes me nervous when they want to start playing with stuff like that, because one little mistake and, there goes half the planet. Oops. You know?
Well, they generate for 5 seconds more power than the sun. It's like, okay,
Okay,
cool. I didn't
I
know
want
there
you to
was a
think about
thing.
what happens if that goes wrong. Okay. you know.
I think they got very, very a lot of different precautions to do that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's topic for another day, I would say. I don't even know a lot about it, so just thought
Uh,
something cool.
Boba
hmm.
Fett says he's a bit disappointed that Hogwarts is single player. He thought it would be co-op.
No, I think it should be single player, to be honest. I think if they would make it co-op, the game would be entirely different and it would not be the same. Um, they could implement like a duel system in the game where you play
Mm-hmm.
against other people. That would be awesome, like as DLC or something, where you have a real duel tournament style, like in if you remember Harry Potter's The Chamber of Chamber of Secrets, and at the end you have like this dual thing you can do against other NPCs with like the long ass table. Yeah, that was awesome. That's something that I think was very cool. So if they could implement something like that and make it play against other people, that would be a dream come true as well. But still, I think it's more single player based. They could put a lot more in there than if they do co-op and online and all that stuff. I think it will subtract from
Well, yeah,
what the
it can
game
be
can
more.
be.
It can be more story driven if it's single player.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Because you
there
can
is.
be evil
Yeah.
and good. So there's a lot of dynamic there. How are you gonna do that with co-op? Like one is evil, one is good. How is that gonna work? It's not gonna work.
There are some games that have tried that and it doesn't. Yeah.
No. Same
So
Fable. Like Fable has co-op, right? Fable 1?
it's been a long time since I played Fable. I don't even remember.
I know Fable 3 has co-op.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
So
Not
let's
sure.
see. So many games, so little time. WWE 2K22 is coming out. I will check that out. Definitely. But most of the wrestling games have what's it called? The controls have become so convoluted that I can't play hardly any of them. Forget combos. Of
Yeah,
course.
do you remember
Yeah.
that Battlegrounds game, Paul?
Yeah, I've already installed it. Battleground. Yeah, I think.
That game is
Yeah.
PUBG.
no Battlegrounds, like that WWE
Oh, that
Battlegrounds.
one.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that one.
That
Yeah, I remember that one.
That was horrible. Oh my
The
god,
the
the
la- the
what?
last
controls,
good
That
the
was
last good
fun.
the last
the
good one that
controls
came out
were.
was on the N64. I'm not kidding. So
PK now
let's see.
jumps in. He would say, he
Yeah,
beat me so much in that game just because
yeah,
I didn't know what the
yeah.
controls are. I couldn't figure it out.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla: Dawn of Ragnarok is coming out soon,
Oh,
which
when's that coming
uh,
out?
the 10th of March. Though I wish it wasn't $35 for,
Yeah,
but
I mean, it's a whole separate game though. It's not really a
well,
DLC in that regards.
I thought it was actually a DLC add-on.
I mean, it's an all new,
Uh,
whole new sort of
yeah,
gameplay though.
yeah. I'll wait till it goes to Game Pass. So
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
afford $35 for
I
yeah,
mean, the rumor from Ubisoft hasn't died yet, right? From
yeah.
Ubisoft Plus.
Yep, and of course Tiny Tina's Wonderland is what you were talking about.
Hey.
The next Borderlands chapter. MLB The Show, if it's on Game Pass day one, I will definitely look at it. Um, Hoping they made some improvements over last year's as far as some of the issues they had.
Like if you get frustrated, you can just go up to the pitcher and just like knock him out.
Yeah, I want that sequence where I rush the pitcher and he beats the crap out of me, just like happened in real baseball.
Yeah.
See, here's one I've been looking for. Vampire the Masquerade is coming out in May. Looking forward to that.
Yobi has a message for Flamish in the chat.
Well, for me, it feels more like separate inside the game. It doesn't feel like a DLC because it's entirely, it's not
But
just a
no,
small portion.
but see, part of Valhalla, the part of Valhalla where you went up and you were basically, Odin or whatever,
Hmm.
it's the same type of thing. It's basically an expansion on that type of, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, more like an
So
expansion, but it has
yeah.
to be big if it's $35 on
Oh,
top of the.
it better be more than 2 hours of gameplay for $35.
Yeah.
Of course, a game that probably looks fun, and here's something we can talk about. I did watch the first episode of the Cuphead show. The animation style is old school. I like it. They even have a little bit of of film grain in the show, so it looks like an older style. But the Cuphead, the delicious last course is coming out. I won't even try that. I suck at Cuphead. I can't play that game At all.
That's even harder than Dark Souls. Not
I
trying
know. It's like, nope.
At least
Portion.
it's easy. Like when you see the difference between games like Dark Souls and then that kind of game is that a boss takes like you're directly back into the fight, right? With Dark
Right.
Souls, it's running towards the boss all the time again.
Well,
Um,
and you have to, in this case now, you have to, if you got to go back and collect your corpse and collect your stuff. If you don't make it back to do that, you're going to lose all that stuff. So
yeah,
yeah,
always
that's
been the case. They made it a little bit different now. There is an item in the game apparently
yeah,
that you can just put somewhere, and you're gonna spawn at that item instead of
yeah,
at a last bonfire basically. It's not
yeah.
bonfire, but like a bonfire.
We'll
Most
see,
people
but
know what I'm
still,
talking.
yeah, it's yeah.
It's a
And
lot
there's
more.
other stuff that I don't have listed. Of course, um, Stalker 2. Of course, Starfield is my number one. I'm looking forward to. I know people think, oh yeah, I don't care. I'm looking forward to damn Starfield. Okay, that above everything else, I'm looking forward to Starfield.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes it's hard for me to remember what else is coming out before November. It's like I don't care, Starfield.
Are you also gonna play the new Star Wars game, Paul?
What Lego the
Yeah,
Skywalker
the
saga?
new.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
this. From what I've seen, the trails, the collectibles look so much collectibles, so much
The
gag.
thing is, I played like the complete saga and all that,
Hmm.
and I'm hoping it's an improvement on those because I've already played those multiple times, and if it's just go back and play the same games over again, that I'm not too interested in. You
You
know,
know it's from a different perspective though. It's behind the shoulder now. It's not over the top.
yeah, but if it's still run around and collect pegs and the same basic quote story, the same stuff, just from a different view, then like I said, I've done that 3 or 4 or 5 times. Hopefully, it's a little bit different in the way it works. You know.
Still gonna be the same story. I mean, it's
Well,
Star
yeah,
Wars. You can change
but you know
it.
what I mean. I mean,
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm just teasing.
especially if you're paying full price for it. Especially if you're paying full price for it. You
Uh,
know,
I'm gonna buy it for sure.
yeah.
That's my girlfriend is also very excited to watch that with me. So
Well, I don't know if you guys seen this, right? So there's news from Netflix. It's got a new trivia show that might push more people into games, and basically, it's called Cat Burglar, right?
okay.
And you can actually make choices in the game as you're watching the. It's not well as you're watching the show. You can make choices in the show as you're watching the show. I guess with your remote. Its trivia is meant to throw you off, and I guess it could change the interaction in the story moving forward. And Netflix plans on developing more of these styles of, I guess, what do you call them? A hybrid of games plus maybe TV. What do you guys think about that? That sounds pretty exciting, right?
Yeah, I'm interested in that. It's kind of like they did some of that with what was the name of the show they did that with last year? Crap. Um, Black Mirror. They did that with some of the episode of Black Mirror where you basically made choices in the show of what the character did, so it would then take you to different footage to complete the story. It was like build your old adventure books that some of us grew up on,
Oh,
but
those were
it was
great
actually
books, Paul.
yeah.
So it's like wait, hold on. Because when I'm thinking about that kind of stuff, I'm still thinking about Telltale, but it's completely different. Like the story is going in different directions
Yeah,
on
let's
what you.
say you reach a part in the show where it says,
Mhm.
okay, do you go outside to the door to rescue this person, or do you go outside inside the house to rescue this person? And then it'll actually tell you to push this on your remote or that on your remote, and take you
Mhm.
to that next piece of footage, and then the story moves on from there till the next choice comes up.
Okay. But because I hope there is it's not like an illusion of choice. Basically, it's like
No, it's
separate.
it's 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 not an illusion of choice. At least not if they did it like Black Mirror did, because there were like multiple endings possible for that series, that show that they did that with.
Oh,
Uh,
and that's still on
so
Netflix.
so you could go back later and watch it, make different choices, and see where the story would go from there.
Hmm. Interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, well, Flemish, we just said the same thing at the same time, basically. Uh, I'm excited to see more stuff like that. I love the Telltale stuff, so I mean, this speaks to me, especially if it's going to be high quality content made by studio and different cartoons and stuff like that. The whole thing only takes about 15 minutes to basically play. Well, not a lot of time. I mean, that's kind of good, right?
Right, and then you could probably go back and do the different endings or different choices to see how it affects things. Yeah.
So, clowns, I know it's been years, but can I just say this one time?
Oh boy,
Where's
I'm.
the Wolf Among Us 2?
It's coming
Well,
out.
it's coming out next year. Have you been not paying? I had
Finally.
it up on my screen last week. Did you not watch the show last week?
Paul? Oh, thought I lost
No,
everyone.
you're here, Flemish. We hear you.
Yes.
I think you're trying to dodge the question.
No,
Yeah.
I just saw everything freeze. Couldn't hear Paul anymore.
Poor
It's fine.
Paul.
We're still here.
It's funny. He muted me right as I told him that I had a big thing up on my screen last week about Wolf Among Us too. Yeah,
I
they've
wasn't updated.
they've announced it. It's coming out next year. It won't. They are going to release it chapter wise like they've done before, but the game will be completed before the first chapter is released.
Ooh.
And I'm actually hoping to get one of the voice actors on the show if he would ever respond to my messages.
Uh, yeah, I think we'll be able to do that, Paul. I don't think that'll be a problem.
Yeah, the guy who plays Bagby, he actually follows me on Twitter. So
Yeah, so that'll be pretty exciting.
yep.
Now, there is some other news as well. I don't know if Flamish probably been out of the loop for a little bit. So another thing that's coming back that Flamish might like if he wants to get back into it is that the Twitch integration onto Xbox has come back. So it's back, and you can now stream from the dashboard again. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, it's been back for a while for me, but I'm on the
So
alpha skip ahead. So
I do want to know: is it still with like the thing on your screen, or can you disable that now
The
when you're
cat clock.
streaming? Yeah, I don't know. It's always like a bar. You can put it like in different places on your screen, but it's always there. You cannot like disable it while you're streaming.
you mean the chat so you can see what people are saying to you?
No, it's basically like you're live, the time you're live, how many people are
Oh
watching.
no, that little piece is probably I don't remember. I think it's still there.
Yeah, that's not, it's such a nuisance when you're streaming.
Well, it's yeah. I mean, there are things I miss about Mixer. Let's get this out of the way before the guy from Xbox shows up. No, I'm kidding. There's a lot of things I miss about Mixer. Um, but yeah, I've tried to use it. It what I don't like about it is the fact that you do have to have a separate device to be able to see the chat, and it's no longer tied to StreamYards like Mixer was. So you'd have like no overlays or anything. Um, which is for me, yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but I like to have that information in front of me. I don't like to have a second screen. I would actually have to have up and running to be able to see like a tablet or whatever to see what the chat is, because then I have to take my eye off the screen totally and go, okay, what's down here, you know, which is but at least it's there. So if you have, there are times even I've used it because I don't feel like messing with my PC setup to stream. So I'll jump on real quick and I'll just activate the console.
Okay.
PK is here to save the day.
Hey.
So PK, what's going on, man?
Hey, sorry guys, I'm late. But I'm here, showed up, and
No.
oh, okay.
No
Everybody's
worries.
good. Everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 7:30. Albert comes on, and we're all excited for that. We're all excited to speak to him, and we have another surprise guest with Albert as well. So that is going to be a fun time.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And that's all the goodness we talked about so far.
No, we've talked about games we've been playing and games we're looking forward to, and
That's it.
Yep.
Flamish's Candy Dish. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. No, wait, we haven't talked about Flemish Candy Dish. If we
Well,
talk
we
about
mentioned
Flemish,
it. We
Has
mentioned
it
it in a
been mentioned
passing.
on the show that I'm getting married as well?
no.
I don't know that it's been mentioned on this show. No.
Oh, nobody knows. No.
I'm sorry, Flemish. Not a topic I want to discuss right this second. But what I really want to do is talk
Uh-oh.
about that Street Fighter 6 reveal. Anybody see that? Anybody see that
Yes.
Street Fighter 6 reveal?
Yes.
Yeah, it's alright.
It's alright. What?
It's alright.
This
Okay,
man,
that's because somebody is putting pineapple on Paul's pizza. He's feeling out of it.
this
Yeah, it's
man.
alright. Yeah.
Oh my God. Let me just say,
Somebody mentioned Flemish's love for IGN. There you
I think he only side now.
so, so
Was only a
I'm
little
gonna,
bit.
I'm gonna just say the reveal did look cool and exciting. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, I know a lot of people's like, yeah, it's gonna be a PlayStation exclusive again. I highly doubt that, considering that they got hacked last year. We've seen the leaked documents. That is definitely going to be multi-plat. Um, so enough of that noise. It does look cool, and I hope they can regain their fire because, let's face it, Street Fighter Five just kind of dropped off the map. I would say.
Yeah, I'm actually, I gotta say, I'm looking forward to it, but as you probably know, I'm not real good with fighters, especially if the controls are really convoluted for some of the combos and stuff. I can't do some of that stuff, so it becomes very frustrating for me to play with you guys because, it's like, wow, you hit me once, good job, Paul, and that's it. The rest of it is just me getting cornered and slapped down, you know,
Really,
and so
really,
it can
Paul.
be that can become very frustrating.
I'm gonna have to take you in a hyperbolic time chamber and train you up, and you gonna come back, Super Saiyajin, Ultra Instinct, and everybody's gonna be fearing
Yep.
and bowing to the man, the Paul, the legend, the celebrity in chief. That's all
There
I'm
you go.
saying. Hey, listen, I understand some kinds game mechanics, especially in fighting games, can get complicated. However, there are plenty that are not as complicated and more of a uh, friendlier approach to
Yeah.
gaming.
Like I said, I will sit down with it and play it because I do think those games are cool. I just have better luck when I'm not playing with other people. It's like, you know, I put it on, preschool mode and I kick ass. Anything beyond that, and, it's,
I think you doubting yourself, Paul. Now, if my King of the Fighters is working properly, I would be on that and definitely get some
yeah.
bodies. But I've
I
been
haven't
having
even
some
looked at that
technical
game yet. I haven't even
difficulties.
looked at that game yet. I got to check that
Hey,
out.
KOF is in my blood, man. I've been playing that since whenever, and I'm just a little disappointed. My version is just a little messed up. I can't
Yep.
play it the way I want, but hey, I still love the game. I think
Yeah.
it's a
The,
great evolution.
the game I want to see them bring back is Virtual Fighter. I've always loved Virtual Fighter.
That is a Sega IP, sir,
Yep,
and they
I
did
know.
bring back it in a way on PlayStation last year.
Yep. Because I like the drunken fighter, the drunk, the monkey stuff,
Oh, really?
drunken whatever. Yeah.
You relate to the drunken fighters
Oh,
type
I always thought he was
style?
fun. I always thought he was stupid fun.
I see. I got you.
Yeah.
And no worries, man. I won't make
Yeah.
fun of you for liking the drunken style. It's not. I mean, they got some. They got one on Tekken. I mean, it's kind
Yeah.
of everywhere. KOF had a
Yeah.
drunken style. I mean, everybody had one. It's a unique one that everyone
Yep.
gravitates to for sure.
Well, because it's fun for me. It's fun to watch. You know. God forbid he should spill his alcohol. Which is always,
I mean, that's part of the fun.
that's part of the fun. Yeah, I know.
You tell that's what makes it exciting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anybody else? What about Street Fighter? Clowns, you seen this Street Fighter reveal?
I did, and I'm excited for it. I really want it to be multi-plat. I don't know much about it. It's enough to get us excited, except for the logo. I make a joke of the logo. Other than that, Yeah, I love Street Fighter, man. I really want them to remake the Street Fighter 2 edition, but do it
They,
with a new engine.
they did that, clowns, but it was on Xbox Arcade, and we can't. What Capcom needs to do is allow us to get that back. Give us the license so we can re-download it because they redid everything with hand-drawn art and everything. You would have loved it if you haven't seen it. If you look at it, man, it's dope. Can somebody find it on YouTube? Just find Street Fighter. It was the remade version of Street Fighter 2. It was all hand drawn. It even had the classic one. If you bought that one, you get both. And it was on Xbox Arcade on 360, but we wasn't able to get it backwards compatible. I think you would love that if you see what I'm talking about.
Huh, I'll have to check that out. Maybe that's something you can get the community behind and maybe petition to get them to bring that one back.
I mean, it was pretty daggone good, man. It was they redid everything. They even made uh the they redid the music, the art style, the back. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. It is just too good. Um, it was like a real remake. And it came out on 360. But yeah, the as far as the icon, the FGC don't like it because it's too close to their icon, so they're a little upset about that. But I think it's a good thing Street Fighter come back, and I highly doubt it's exclusive, right? I think it's definitely going to be multi-plat because that's how the Street Fighters exist, right? You got to get the core one, and then you got to get the 15 editions that come after. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The
Yep.
super, the turbo, the special, the Flamish version. All of them coming out the pockets.
All of them. The Flamish. Did you say Flamish version?
Yeah, the Flamish
Mm.
version.
What?
The Flamish
What
Oh
does
version.
that
man.
mean?
Mhm.
Explain.
I'm just saying, they have 99
That
versions
that
of the same
that
game.
means you start it, but it never finishes. Oh.
Whoa, shots fired. See, I didn't even say anything. All
Hey,
right.
you
So,
you did miss the part early in the show where he said he's going to start Elden Ring and not stop until he completes it.
well, I
Now, who
know
wants
that's
to
not
take?
accurate. I know that's
I'm
definitely
gonna
not
try it.
accurate.
Yeah, who
I'm
wants to take bets on that? What's the over under on how long this lasts?
You
I'm
know,
actually gonna stream the game as well on 4GQ TV. So
yeah, but come on, man. You don't want to do that, Flemish. Don't take no bet like that, because we know your attention
no, no,
span is like 2 seconds, bro. You know,
I'm gonna try. I'm
it's
gonna try.
so clowns is called Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix.
Okay.
I vaguely recall that title.
Yep, if you look that up, you'll find a little trailer and you'll see everything was redone, hand drawn. Still Street Fighter 2, still the same, but it looks a lot better and has a lot new features for sure.
Uh,
Um,
shout out, shout out to the chat real quick. 108 Dragons, VJ. Glad to see you around, man. It's been a while. Just hope you're doing well. Shout out to Cerebral Paul, who's in the chat and in the building and does not have pineapples on him. Shout out to Timmy. Yeah, and NLG that came by, Mike and Graphic God, and everybody else who's been in here, man. It's you guys are rocking it. Bubba,
And Paris
Toolman,
is here. Paris,
Paris,
welcome,
yes.
Paris.
Yeah.
You know, we're almost at that time. Almost at the excitement of time.
the
15
time
minutes
is here.
left.
The time is here. So check it out.
15 minutes.
I know a lot of you might not know, but Pokemon Day is coming. They've been celebrating that. Releasing little tidbits all week, and I know you guys are secret Pokemon fans. Just don't want to tell nobody. You're not
Yeah.
too old to like Pokemon. Let's be real. Come
Yeah.
on, man. But this is a big deal. Nintendo just announced their acquirement of a studio that's been working with them since the beginning of time, since Paul remember when video games was made.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and they definitely should have been joined the Team Nintendo since they helped make some of their biggest hits, for sure. A
Hey,
lot of people hate to think about it because it's under the table and not as big, but it's pretty dope at the same time.
Hey, when I was a kid, our tablets were made out of stone. Okay, I'm just saying.
Well, I get it, and I ain't tripping on your stone tablets because those are important. They got those up in another country somewhere, right? The giant
Yeah,
stone
yeah, yeah,
tablets. Is it?
yeah,
That's where it originated. Is
yeah.
that what it is? That's what I thought. See, Paris is a Pokemon fan.
Yeah,
Pokemon
he is. I
Days.
see that.
Pokemon is coming. Pokemon Days coming up. They just released a new character on a Pokemon Unite as a sneak release. Everybody's going crazy. It's going to change the game. They doing a lot of things over there. Hopefully, Game Freak has nothing to do with their announcement because I don't know if you guys know Nintendo events are definitely different from the Pokemon events. Because one is the Pokemon Company, which is a whole different company than Nintendo themselves. So they usually are looking forward to selling you more product, as I can say. Oh, and I also see that Sony is finally almost ready to release their Game Pass competitor. You guys see that?
Yes, PlayStation's part of, and that's according to Jeff Grubb. I mean, he's the one that's been
Well, not
leaking it.
just Jeff Grubb. Forbes as
Oh,
well reported this. So it's the thing is, I I see this as a thing. I'm not saying it's a thing right now, but hey, and I feel like it needs to happen to create competition. Those right now it's kind of looking one way, and it's not looking good for them. They need to have some sort of answer, even if it's a small answer. They gotta speak up, speak with their chest. We out here in the streets. We're just gamers. We just trying to see it all. I don't know about y'all, but that's crazy. And by the way, I don't know if you guys ever played that. What's that game that came on Steam and PlayStation? It's like Flemish know what it is. It look like little jelly bean people, and they push each other off, and you got to do all the obstacles. I own that game. I don't remember what it's called. You know what I'm talking about?
Fall
Flemish is
Guys.
quiet. Fall Guys. There it is. They're bringing that out on the Switch, which I think is
Oh, you know
and
what
it's
that
cross and
means?
they enable crossplay.
You know what that means, PK?
What that mean?
It's coming to Xbox at a later date.
yes, it
They
Hopefully,
is.
but they won't give a date. They said at some point. They basically
Yeah.
left it
What?
wide
Yeah,
open.
but
Once
if it's coming to Switch already, that means the time is up for
No,
No,
exclusive.
no, it's
no,
not, dude.
don't
Come
make that
on.
assumption.
You didn't see the announcement. You didn't see
No,
the announcement apparently, Flemish.
no,
They
don't
they
make.
Oh,
they they
I'm
left
so
the
out of
Xbox.
touch. I'm
Yeah,
so
they left the
ashamed.
Xbox side very nebulous. Yeah,
I'm sorry, guys.
yeah.
I
I have to
I'm
read
so
my news
impressed
again.
with Flamish, man. It looks like he's a little older now. He ain't got a pink thing around his neck. You know, he
Oh, you know
he grew
what?
some longer
Hold up.
facial hair.
Oh, you had to say it. You had to say it.
I'm just saying.
So, Flemish, are you getting used to without your pillow? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
now he's
actually
gonna
not
grab it.
being.
Now he's
I
gonna
No, no,
grab it.
no.
God.
no.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm not being using it for weeks anymore. I think the last time that I was on the show was the last time I used it.
I
Um,
take back everything I said. So you just went over there and just went and got the daggone thing.
of course,
And
PK, I do everything for you, man.
I was, I was looking for it to stay where it was at, but I don't know, man. You be killing me sometimes, killing
No,
me
man,
small.
I don't use it anymore. I think my neck is fine. I mean, it healed perfectly. So sometimes I still feel a little bit, but just muscles, I guess.
So, did your situation ever get fixed, PK? Looking for King of Fighters, getting to play it?
It's not fixed.
Okay. Well, hopefully.
I might have to just. I was thinking about just ask for a refund and just transfer it to the Xbox, but I I I want to have the flexibility, but I don't understand what the problem is. So I hope we can work it out though.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's a shame too, because there's a lot of fans of that game. I've been hearing a lot of people wanting to play that game.
Well,
And
there are people playing it, just not me. I want to, but I'm just sad. Sad panda. I need a
you know
sad
what?
panda face.
If you get it on Xbox, maybe I'll have to play it with you.
Don't do that. Don't do that, Clowns.
I mean, I might be better than you at it. You never know.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
I got those skills, right? I could just do this.
So you're the last dragon.
I did button mash over here like this, right?
You got the glow.
Yeah, and I got the power glove somewhere.
Got the power glove.
That's right.
I'm surprised
I
Paul
think
didn't
you're
say.
holding that wrong, but yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't say nothing about that little mention of the glow. Thought you would remember that. 'Cause you
The
remember
power
everything.
glove was a piece of crap.
No, I'm talking about the
I'm
glow.
just-
I ain't talking about the power glove. Jeez.
Oh.
The last dragon? No.
Oh yeah,
No.
yeah, I remember
No,
that. Yeah,
I don't have a clue. What is that?
Something
the
amazing.
last dragon.
Is that a movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
never heard of it.
Oh, shame.
Have you heard
You
of
know-
it, Flemish?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I mean-
see?
Flemish wouldn't know. Okay. He's part of the Poland mafia or the Belgian mafia. You don't know
The
that.
Belgian mafia.
The Pineapple Crew? I don't know.
You know,
No, the candy bowl.
The Candy Bowl Crew? Okay.
the lollipop kids. Is that what you're talking about?
I have to put this in there. My father was like, okay, he's gonna with my friends, we're gonna arrange your bachelor party. We're just gonna drop you in the candy store for a couple of hours. Just
What?
have fun. It's a joke. It's a
So
joke.
you was in chocolate. Was it Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Use that little boy. Is that
Oh
what you're saying?
man, I
That's
wish
based
I
off
was
of
there.
your true story.
Augustus
Oh, yeah.
Gloop. Augustus Gloop. Yeah.
Elden Ring. I don't know who played Elden Ring. That's not my game, man. I would not look at that game. Sorry. it's
Oh
not for me.
come on, PK, you have
No.
to try it.
I'm good. I am
The
golden.
most accessible Soulsborne title ever.
The most accessible.
It
It
doesn't
doesn't make
matter.
it very accessible, but it's the most out of all of them.
It
Yeah.
does not appeal to me whatsoever. Not even a little bit. I am not a big fan of those games that look like they take place in the Elizabethan era, where it's like
hmm
regular swords and stuff.
Yeah,
And
you don't
armor.
like playing. You don't like playing games that are basically the equivalent of pulling out your own fingernails. Yeah.
What? Paul.
I'm not a big fan of those. Man.
Yeah, that's a hard
not saying-
analogy to
It's a
make.
hard
Hey, look.
statement, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's-
he got a right to have a feeling towards it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying for me though. Yeah, I'm good. I think I might do Dying Light 2 over that.
I like Dying Light 2. I do have that one, thanks to the Retro Renegades, and I did play it on their stream, and I played it a bit. Again, so many games coming out relatively
Where's mine
quickly
at,
that
Paul?
it's like I'm bouncing all over the place.
Where's mine
So.
at? How you gonna get one and I ain't get one?
I didn't get one. I didn't get one. Yeah, well,
Oh, is that
I
how you
didn't.
feel?
I didn't get King of Fighters, so there
That's
you
how
go.
you feel? That's how you
That's
feel? Okay.
Wait, I think I just heard Paul say he wants to combat you in King of Fighters.
Is that what he want to do? That's what you're
well,
trying
right
to do,
now I
Paul?
could beat him because his doesn't work. So there you go.
Ooh, that's low. That's low, man. That's low. That's okay, man. I let it slide for now. Don't let me catch you slipping.
That's right.
I'm still looking forward to doing the Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. Right now just trying to get the bracket simulator together and then put the rules together and we'll start. We'll plan on kicking that off, man.
I guess I need to get that downloaded and start playing it so I can understand it.
Yeah, and the tournaments will be themed. So sometimes we might do regular, sometimes we might do a theme. Where like right now, Konami has the XYZ tournament, so you can only play a deck that has that. There's going to be a fusion one, a secret one, and probably a classic. You never know. You never know, man. It'd probably be themed. The whole idea is everyone have fun, and that's what I want. And the greatest thing is, it doesn't matter what platform, if you have one or not, everyone can join in, even if you just have phone or tablet. That's what's dope. Right here in 4GQ TV. I think that's amazing. And then Clowns is going to be the host. He's going to be the one doing the commentary.
and he knows nothing about
It's all
Yu-Gi-Oh.
right. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's all entertainment. You ain't gotta know. You fake it till you make it.
It'll be entertaining to see him try to pronounce some of the names on some of those cards. Yeah, there you go.
He'll
Good
make
luck
up
with
his
that.
own names.
Yeah,
He's
I know he
Italian.
will.
He picked their own names up. Yeah, the white dragon thing just hit the other thing in the mouth, and numbers came up. Look at that counter, so fresh. Anyways, what's up, guys? You guys ain't excited? I'm excited. I'm just surprised that Flemish is dumb quiet. He's usually talking, and he ain't even talking right now.
I
I don't know
know.
what he's
No,
doing.
Well,
I think he's a little.
PK,
I think
hold
he's a
on.
little
Let,
sleepy.
let me explain it. So, since my last absence, I would say for a couple of weeks, months, right now, I've been working hard, man. I've been doing that real life stuff, and it's been a change, a lot of change. So I wish I could be more, but I'm just working from my time hours, and it's like 1:28 a.m. at the moment, so normally I'm asleep for like 2 hours already. So normally I'm not even awake anymore. It's been a while.
I
I
like
want to be
Ferris's
here.
comment.
Mm.
That's great. So
Yeah.
PK, I know when we first started, you weren't here to introduce yourself. So I know that you've been doing a lot of stuff in the background with work and everything. So have you really had time to put any good amounts into gaming, or have you had to take a break for a little bit?
I mean, I have. So, like I said, I've been playing some games. Just not everything I've been wanting to. Just pick up and play. Like I just recently was playing Dreamscaper, which is a game
Ooh.
by that dev we interview, and it's on Game Pass now. So I've been playing that, and it's pretty good. They did a lot of improvements. I really like the added improvements they did. Anybody likes that? Anybody who likes what's the game? Hades. It's like Hades, but in this game you can build and retain permanent stats, which I think is dope.
Hmm.
You know what I played? Nobody Saves the World on Game Pass. That's a good one too. Um, I have been playing some here and there. Of course, I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh because of the tournament. I went to Plat One and finished out their season. And Rogue had a new season, so I played a little bit of that. Play a little bit of Pokemon Unite because new season or whatever. But yeah, I mean, just a little bit here and there. I haven't really. I wanted to play KOF, but reasons. We're sitting here. Reasons. I'm looking at it now, just mad. Doesn't work. But I'm happy everyone else got to enjoy it for sure. It looks dope. I'm trying to get used to the timing. It looks like the timing is really slow. So in other words, it takes this time for you to do your moves. Like the button input is like 1 second, 2 second, three. It's kind of that's how the timing is. Most fighting games is sometimes you got to do lightning fast, especially Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat has lightning fast timing, and there's really no room for ambiguity. But this game is like a lot of room. This and Guilty Gear is probably the two games I played recently that has like the most approachable system to beginners. Just because of the extra time or uh, they kind of they kind of give you they kind of give, and some of the moves you don't even have to do the entire input. As long as you get 90% of it, they give it to you.
Well, see, to me, that's accessibility, baby. That's what I'm. There you go. Yeah. So it gives me another reason to try King of Fighters.
Because sworn they had a demo, but I know they had a beta. I would say the game has tons of online features. You can even train online together.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
So
I
I
think
can
it's
have you
pretty dope.
train me. I can have you train me until the student overcomes the master. Yeah, I got
Mm,
that. Yeah.
yeah, you can definitely do that. I mean, King of Fighters is about understanding your three-man combo. Who's your starter? Who's
Yep.
your anchor? So you gotta have that strategy going on. Like you don't want your anchor going first because he's weak.
Okay, we
Look,
have our
yeah.
we have some special guests. We have some special guests. I'm very excited. Gonna try to bring them in as quickly as possible, both at the same time.
Okay,
There we
got it.
go.
Hey,
Hey.
Hey.
hello.
Welcome, Albert. It's a pleasure having you on the show. It's our first time talking to you. And Paris, it's the first time that you've actually been on the show for more than the last 5 minutes.
Right.
Um, so I want to ask both of you, how are you guys doing?
Doing good. I'm doing good. Doing fantastic, man. It's great to be on. This is awesome. It's pretty cool. I was listening into the show. I was doing a great job talking about all sorts of stuff. So it's awesome. Elden Ring, Pokemon, all the fun stuff. So yeah, it's cool.
Yes, and I too share Paris's sentiment. I've been doing good. It's definitely been a good start to the year. If you're talking about video games, it's wild. Who would have thought in February the backlog would look this insane? So
Oh,
great way to start
yes.
the year.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Especially with all the drops coming into Game Pass. It's like I can't keep up. There's so many games that I want to play. Plus, I already have a backlog. Plus, there's
Yeah.
already all the old games with gold that I need to get to. And it's just been crazy. But, Albert, I want to ask you first and foremost, what do you do at Xbox?
Cool. So at Xbox, I'm a content program manager, which is a fancy way of saying that I pretty much handle the social aspect of content creation for Xbox support. So
Awesome.
that means I'm a script writer. I write scripts for videos because just like a movie, just like a TV show, even commercials, they all have scripts. So I write a script. I manage a team of freelancers who create Xbox support videos because making videos is very time consuming. So we do have a team that does that as well. And I do work with a couple of designers who helps create assets and stuff like that for me, which is awesome. So that I can focus on managing the entire process of the video creation, which will go to our Xbox support YouTube and our Xbox support Twitter, which I also write for as well.
Oh, that is awesome. That is an amazing job that you do. It sounds like there's so much there that you handle and try to get the content out properly. How did you get into that position?
Oof, oh man, uh, I guess I'll
Yeah,
just say it
You can
there.
start from the beginning, Albert. You can you can
Ah,
start from the beginning
I
of
don't
the
know how much
journey.
time we have, but I'll sometimes I have to, when I was younger, I had a teacher that said I had to give to the gab. So I've tried to condense things a little bit, but it all started when, wow, like 10 years ago or so. Yeah, I'll say roughly 10 years ago, I had my first job at a pharmacy, so at a local Rite Aid, and I worked there. And I've always wanted to get into gaming, but not being somebody from a particular background or having a particular like college, right? I was born and raised in the South Bronx. My neighborhood, like where I came from, it wasn't like you had recruiters from top notch companies, coming to inner city colleges and schools and like that. So I I always had it in my mind that it was something as a hobby. Long story short, fast forward a little bit, I had an opportunity by after meeting somebody from Microsoft when I had a job at NBC, and it was crazy, but I decided to take a leap. And after having an Xbox One like launch temp job, I was really so enamored, and I thought that this is possible. I could possibly do it. So I gambled everything, and I decided to go work at the Microsoft physical retail store uh, out in Manhattan, Fifth Avenue, where I've been for like the last 5.5 years.
Oh
But
wow.
yeah, so that's where I got my humble beginnings in the physical Microsoft store, and I was always someone that I just kept the dream alive. I wanted to really get into gaming, and I thought, hey, well, I'm here at Microsoft, so this is a chance for me. I just have to make sure that I make the best and the most out of every opportunity that came my way. And I did that. I was very fortunate enough to get to run a launch event alongside Major Nelson years back, and I asked him for advice, and he told me many things. You know, to be patient, to be consistent, be persistent, but among that, he also told me to, hey, take something, like make sure you have work to show for yourself as well, right? Because you may get the opportunity, but make sure that there's always something that you can show as well. So I was inspired, and I always read the Xbox Wire growing up, so I decided to make my own digital magazine. And just something internal, just some small stuff. And I got ambitious. I started to do unboxings and like demos and stuff. Obviously, I couldn't afford to buy every product, so I would stay late to line up with our inventory team shipments, or come in early to also line up, because I knew that we always had stuff that would go on display. So I would unbox those, shoot it, and upload it to the magazine. And then I would spend all my vacation time going to like Comic Cons and E3s and stuff. And I bought a cheap little lavalier mic off of Amazon for like $10, and I started to chase down interviews, and and to my surprise, I got Sure's. I got to interview Sea of Thieves devs from Rare on New York City Comic Con show floor. I got to interview Compulsion Games on the E3 show floor. I got to talk to ID at Xbox and the devs from Killer Queen Black on the PAX East show floor. And before I knew it, I had content that that I'd even see on Xbox, on the Xbox channels. And along the way, my work just came across the eyes of people like Aaron and like Phil and stuff. And it was pretty cool that they gave me props, but I didn't want to like let it get to my head, or be too starstruck. So I kept working on it, and working on it. Obviously, when COVID happened, the world changed, and our stores closed, and I became sort of an enterprise trainer. But I got an opportunity to be on the Xbox launch team on the digital store side. So I helped to launch for digital stores since they needed a lot of help as our physical stores were no more. And I met some people. I got to networking, and after the holidays, Team Xbox said, "Hey, we want you," and I said, "All right, where do I sign?"
That's an amazing story, man. So you worked hard and you achieved by staying humble, networking, and just keep on working. And that's an amazing story. I think that speaks volumes as well, especially with all the challenges that you faced, and not alone to say that I have a lot of family in New York as well, and I know that the Bronx is not the easiest place um, to come out of. It was a very tough neighborhood, and so I'm glad to see you doing something like this, very positive, and all this cool stuff with pop culture and Comic Cons, and Paris and I are interests are very similar. We geek out over the same stuff, man.
Awesome.
Yeah. This is when I first heard Albert's story, I was like, "Oh wow, oh my gosh!" But everybody has a story to tell, And either working at Xbox or working at Sony or working wherever, right? Everybody has a story to tell, and it's cool to listen to those stories because now you can pick up, little tidbits from what they went through, their experience, and then add it to your sort of briefcase of things that you can store and potentially use and get to know someone and stuff like that. So that knowing those stories out there and seeing people work hard to achieve their dreams is awesome. So Xbox is always been my dream job too. So it's once you get there, you're like, oh my gosh, I did it. But then it's like it's not over, right? That's sort of the work now begins, right? So
Right.
So it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, first off, anybody on the panel have any questions for Albert? PK, Paul,
Yes,
Amish?
I was waiting for my turn.
Okay, I knew PK was there.
Dude, what is that statue behind you? Is that Titanfall? Tell me that's Titanfall.
Of course. That is the original Titanfall
That's what I'm talking
position.
about. That is
And
my man. Because
man,
that is the best Titanfall was the first one. I don't want to hear nothing. That is the best, and the first one was the best and played the best, and etc. Go
it's a
ahead.
funny story behind that. I wasn't really keen on spending $250 back then on a brand new IP. However, I decided to do it because I made that mistake with the first Dead Space, and I became a really big Dead Space fan, and I ultimately ended up regretting not getting the Ultra Edition because it's super rare, super hard to find, and it's worth a lot of money. And as a Dead Space fan and collector, it pains me that I didn't take the chance. I mean, but then again, I'm like, hey, I'm young. It was a new IP. It's definitely a risk to take. But Titanfall, I said I'm not making that mistake, and I'm glad because it's probably my favorite piece of gaming memorabilia that I own.
That is fire, by the way. I was supposed to get that too, and I didn't. But I did. I played. Let me say, I played Titanfall so much that my disc cracked.
Wow.
I mean, I had to buy a different one, right? So, but it's amazing, and that statue is dope. I do got my Gears statue though, my Gears
Ooh.
3. I had to
Nice
get
one.
that Ultimate Edition. I wasn't playing no games when it comes to my Gears, but Titanfall is definitely a special one, man. A lot of people don't understand, especially that first one. First one
Yeah.
was all over the place, amazing. You felt like you summoned thunder from the sky when you summoned your Titans in the first one, man. It's some sort of satisfaction to land a Titan on somebody's head before you about to hop in there and start taking bodies. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I'm sorry for being nosy looking in your background, but I just said, hey man, that looks dope. And it says, when everyone plays, we all win.
You know it.
That's what it says.
That's the motto.
I say, when you win, I win. Just like that.
Just like that.
All right. Well, we got everybody here. What's the poll? We got to do a poll. You got to do a poll. Titan 1 or Titan 2? Titanfall 2. Which one's the bet? Which one's better? Let's go a quick poll. Let's see those numbers.
I'm going to put
Paul
that up there.
Count because Paul started naming stuff that nobody even heard of from back in 1876 somewhere.
Hey, look, just because I'm old enough to be most of you guys' daddy, just shut up. All right? And in some cases, your grandfather. Really, just shut up.
I'm just trying to keep it fair, Paul, because you're unfair most of the time. Oh, by the way, Albert, Paul is a resident celebrity.
Will you stop?
If you haven't seen him before on an Xbox commercial, you gotta check him out.
If he's worked on some of the videos for the ability summon stuff, he's probably seen me. Just doesn't know who I am.
Oh no, he probably do. Paul is hard to work with, ain't he? Tell the truth.
Right. Yeah.
Tell the truth. He's hard to work with. He's stubborn. He won't follow the script. He won't say
PK's over here. PK's over here making people think I have dinner with Phil. Okay.
Well, I already knew Paul was he was an upstanding guy in the community, as by his Xbox ambassador's hat. So I can tell.
See, he's trying to be nice. That's cool. I like him already. I like him
So
already.
the poll is up in the chat. So if you're watching, no matter where you're from, hop over to the YouTube chat and do that poll if you want, or if not, just type in Titanfall 1 or 2 in the chat, and we get the idea.
That's a
Also,
tough one.
Albert, I gotta ask you this, okay? I don't know. I know that New York is the home of the greatest pizza in the world. I mean, there's no other place, right?
And Carlo doesn't know how to eat it, but it's the greatest pizza in the world.
Well, there's my little story behind that. But I have a very important question for you. Paris and I ask everybody. I don't know if Paris told you about
really
this
got to
question.
start this already. You really got to start this already.
Paris, do you want to ask the question?
All right, I can ask a question. Albert, okay, so we're talking about pizza here. So,
Right.
Do you like pizza with pineapples or no?
Oh man, this come on. This is not the right question because people feel very strongly about this, but you know what? I feel like no matter what I say, it's I'm going to get the eyes, but pineapple works on pizza. It does. With an
Okay,
asterisk.
I'm messaging Phil right now.
Wait. With an asterisk, it has to be thin crust, thin sliced pizza. I wouldn't put a pineapple on like a deep dish or like a thicker type of pizza. So only if it's thin, because you have the crunch, you have the cheese, you have like the pineapple right there. But so I can only work it on that type of like pizza.
I cannot
has to
see
be thin.
pineapple. I cannot see pineapple on like a Chicago style deep dish. That would be some nasty ass crap.
Oh no, it happens, Paul.
Ah.
If you go to Pizzeria Uno, they have the option.
Oh no, God
Yes.
The
no.
option.
Oh.
All right.
So
So it
Flamish,
works on pizza, but
Yeah. Yeah,
it has
I
to be
got a question for
particular type of
Albert.
pizza.
Yeah.
I do want to know. I'm a little bit more interested. What's one of the projects you have been working on since you stopped working at Xbox itself?
Some of the projects. It's a lot of them are really just taking what we need to work on in terms of like what we want to get out, and we put a educational spin on it, right? So anytime you see something come out from like marketing or from like main Xbox, it's my job to make sure that it gets delivered in a supportive educational format or like a piece of content. So that's to me some of the fun stuff. So for example, when we revamped our Xbox app for mobile, my part is to like get to showcase all of the cool things, but again in an educational, informative way. And in many ways, it's the same. It's the other side of the same coin. So I get to say, hey, like these are cool, but here's how you do these cool things. Versus you have regular, Xbox branding. Like this is cool, and this, because it's awesome and we're Xbox. And I get to say, hey, well, it's cool, but here's why. If you do A, B, C, D, and here's how you do it. So that's my favorite part of it. It's always getting to do like those things. I know we recently did the live streaming, came back on uh, on console, and that was awesome. I did see that there was like a lot of good sentiment. A lot of gamers are happy. Of course, it's not perfect. We're going to continue to work on it and make changes, and like always, like listen to our fans to get their proper feedback and get in the right channels. But for me, that was particularly fun because I get to sit down and like think about, oh, how do I want to educate everyone on this or inform everybody on it? And the part for me that's fun is that I get to sometimes get to create like fun tweets, fun ways to kind of get people engaged as well. So that's what I say would be the fun part. The other fun part is just seeing the videos, how they start as a script and then all the way to the end. and it's really intuitive because I get to sit down and like I get to write the text that's going to be on screen. The audio for the VO artist, I get to create a storyboard using like capture cards and stuff like that, and then I get to work with the freelancers, and we get to see it, come to life from just this like static document, and we get to see it animated and get to see it turn into a video, and it's something that everybody gets to go out and see. So I would say that's the fun part. Is it's taking our text-based content and bringing it into like audio visual form factors.
Okay, thank you.
That's cool. Yeah. You can see, if you go to xbox.com on YouTube, you can see one of his videos getting ready for the holidays. So that was a good one that Albert was actually in and did. So I posted a link in the chat if people want to check it out. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Something we did for Series S.
Awesome.
I think it was day one launch, I believe. I think. Yeah. Albert's being bachelor right now,
Yo,
but he does
do
a
you
lot of
get to
cool
choose
things.
the music for some of those videos? Because some of those videos got some hot tracks on them. And I can't find who made them. Like, y'all, come on, man. Y'all got to give us a link somewhere.
I, there's a batch of tracks that are approved and stuff, and I can choose from what's available. But yeah, I'm not the I'm not the person with the ear like, yeah, this is the track, this is the track. I'm not like, I won't take credit for that. I'm not the one. I'm definitely not the curator, but whoever that person is or whoever those people are, they definitely have the ear because I love all the tracks that we
Yo,
use.
they, man, I'm telling you, they be hitting.
They do their sweet tracks.
You need to tell them they need to create a like soundtrack of Xbox and release it as a group set that we can so we can put it on Spotify or whatever. There you
Yeah,
go.
right. Okay, maybe a playlist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice. Albert, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, there's a Forza playlist like on
Yeah.
Spotify for all the Forza games.
Yeah,
Yep.
Forza is a Halo has the soundtrack. Gears.
Halo.
So, Albert, I wanted to ask you. I know that you are passionate about video games just as much as us. So, what is your story growing up and actually getting into video games? What was the first game that you remember playing? Some of your favorite trilogies or
Oh,
series?
this is nice. Okay. The first game I have um the memory of playing was Kirby Star Stacker on the original Game Boy.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and like I believe that was like Kirby's version of Tetris, something like that. But it was super cool. So much I liked it that I went out and I actually got Tetris. But what really started to like propel me down this video game path was one of the Christmases. I saw a commercial for Game Boy Colors, and I begged my mom, said, "Please, please, please." And I ended up getting Game Boy Color, and we got Pokemon Blue, and that was just like, wow, it was just like this big vast world, like literally in the palm of my hands in my pocket, and that for me was really okay. This is an art form. This is something that's really amazing. Fast forward a couple years later, I have my first PlayStation, and probably, like, I wouldn't say my favorite game of all time, but probably my most played game of all time is Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
Ooh.
I don't skateboard, but I love the sport. I grew up watching it. I remember sitting on the couch watching Tony Hawk hit the 900 for the first time in the 1999 X Games, and I'm like, hey, if the world's gonna end in 2000, at least I got to see Tony Hawk hit the 900, and that was one of the things that really inspired me. I would sit down, for anyone out there who's an anime fan who's seen like My Hero, the way like Deku would sit down and watch that All Might video. to like keep getting inspired, I would watch that Tony Hawk video because everyone kept saying it was impossible. The doctor was like, "You can't do it. It's against physics," and he nailed it. He nailed the 900, and I just kept getting every Tony Hawk game that came out after that, and the soundtracks really inspired me. Like I really got into like punk rock and alternative. I mean, probably Tony Hawk probably has like the best like soundtrack curation out there, and uh, that that's probably the second big beat, and then the next one. I was looking to get online. Well, yeah, for the first time. So I go to high school, and I met my high school friends, and one of them invites me over to their house, which is not too far from my house. It's in a neighborhood. So I go over, and he's like yelling on the mic, and I'm like, "Hey, who you talking to?" And he's like, "I'm online." I'm like, "Online?" I'm like, "What do you mean you're online?" He's like, "Yeah, sit down, listen." And he's playing Halo 2. He's on lockout, and I'm just amazed at what I'm seeing. I didn't have an Xbox because there was no way I'm going to convince my parents again to shell out more money after getting a Game Boy or PlayStation, like a GameCube or whatever it is. It's like no more for me. So I would always go over to his house to play Xbox, and I saved up all my cash. And when I had the chance, I mean, it was too late because that's when I heard that the 360 was coming out. So I said, you know what, I'm going to get an Xbox 360. Because I just might as well. It's the brand new one. So I went down to the Toys R Us in Times Square. Rip. Such an iconic place.
Oh, you had to say Toys R Us. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and I got my 360 there, and I remember telling my friends, and they're like, "Hey, they sent me a picture, said go get Xbox Live like this." So I walked out to the store. I got the Xbox Live, had my headset, I plugged it in, and that first night was incredible. Like I didn't even go to sleep. I came to school the next day with bloodshot eye red, and I was like, I got to do this, and I was pulling all nighters at least once a week, and uh, that was really really big for me. So uh, I think those would be like the two, or I guess like the three big blimps, or like biggest time where I was like, man, this is really phenomenal. Of course, there's other games and franchises out there that I like, but definitely Pokemon, Tony Hawk, and then getting to like Halo and Gears and getting that online experience. Uh,
Hey,
so that was phenomenal. From to answer your question from a trilogy standpoint, uh, that's tough. But I know Mass Effect.
Oh,
I would
yes.
say if not for Mass Effect 3, for me, there was just a couple of points off of it that it just wasn't that perfect trilogy for me. Same with Dead Space. I love Dead Space to pieces, the first two, but with three, it just wasn't. But if you're looking at perfect trilogies, in my eyes, I'm gonna have to go with Dragon Age. Like
Ooh.
Dragon Age 2, especially Inquisition, amazing. Like, yeah,
Yep, love me some Dragon Age.
yeah, yeah. So in my eyes, that's a perfect trilogy. I really enjoyed it, and I'm hoping we get Dragon Age 4 eventually.
By the way, to this day, as far as Dead Space goes, I've never been able to get past Chapter 4 in Dead Space 1, where you have to destroy the asteroids before they destroy the ship.
Oh,
I'm hoping they redo some of that in the remaster, because accessibility wise, it's lacking there. There's a lot of us who haven't been able to get past that part. So I
okay.
moved on to Dead Space 2, love it. Dead Space 3, love it. But I can't get past that part of Dead Space 1. I've never seen any further into the game. Yes. But I enjoy it nonetheless. So I know
Yeah.
that's not your thing. I just thought I'd throw that out there since you mentioned Dead Space.
No, 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 no. That's good. That's
Yeah.
very important. And I'm glad that you said that, Paul. We have to be now more than ever. We have to be more accessible. You know, not only for those who need it now, but for the future of gaming. It's very easy for someone to be like, "Well, that's not me."
Yeah.
Okay, Well, then let's wait for you to get a little bit older, and then we'll see. Right? All right. So it's very important. Not
Yep.
only and like when I say like be more accessible, meaning to be played, easily to be played, but then
Right.
also easier to access altogether.
Yep.
Growing up, the only way to play was to have a console. If I didn't have a console, your friends had to have a console. If your friends didn't
Yep.
have a console, then you had to go to whatever, some store, Best Buy, Toys R Us, and you have to just play on the
Yep. Sit there at the neck breakers for
display
hours on end.
bottle, model until they throw you out or until the time, like time to close. So,
Right.
and like nowadays with, cloud gaming, you know,
Yep.
uh, uh, as long as you have a good connection, you're able to sign on from your laptop, from a web browser, from a PC,
Yeah.
from a tablet, from your phone, and you can stream. And then if you don't have a controller, you can even use touch controls on some
Yep.
games. So that is very important. So I'm glad you brought that up, Paul. We have to be more accessible. The future of the industry
Yep.
depends on it.
It's funny you mentioned people who can do it now but can't when they're older, because I have some friends that I've been on shows with who say, I used to be able to do this, but now I'm more like you, where my reflexes aren't where they should be, and now I understand what you've been talking about. Seeing once they start experiencing, they go, "Oh crap, I can't do
Right.
what I used to be able to do." Like, yeah, there it is, right there.
There it is. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You hit the nail on the head, Albert.
Yep.
Good job right there. Yeah.
and speaking of that point, you do have a thing in a little picture frame with some words on in the background. When everyone plays, we all win. I like that.
That's right.
Yep, I've actually used that when I did an accessibility featurette for the Ambassador channel last year, and that was our theme. I had it up on the screen the whole time because I think that's an important motto to share. You know,
Yeah, and as Ian Hamilton put it, he's a big guy in the accessibility community, and I've spoken to him on a few occasions, especially because narcolepsy is a very hard thing to make accessible. It's a condition that affects every narcoleptic person differently, but the most common side effect is memory loss when you go into automatic behavior. And I've talked to Ian before, and accessibility to a lot of people is misperceived because they think it's about making the game too easy. But it's not about that. It's about breaking down barriers to make it accessible so that somebody with a particular disability can play that game that
Right.
might not have had the chance to ever play that game before. And
Mhm.
we see a lot of gatekeeping in some of the communities. And well, Paul,
I'm sorry,
uh,
you don't know this, Albert, but I'm one of the ones on Twitter kicking down the gates. And I'm always nice about it, but yeah, I don't put up with that crap at all.
and
Yeah.
Ian's very outspoken about it when he interacts with Xbox and accessibility, and he always says it's about making it accessible and not making it. Don't call it easy, but call it accessible. And it's because a lot of people with the Souls type games, they think it's easy mode when it's really not. But I want to thank you and Xbox for all that accessibility and breaking down barriers, because really, if it wasn't for the big push coming from Xbox, I
Yep.
don't think that we would have seen so much of the industry also go
Yep.
forward with it. So I
And
think,
and I've said the same thing over the last couple of years. If it wasn't for Xbox and you guys and Phil leading the charge, we wouldn't be where we're at. You know. So I always show my appreciation of that. And I don't know if he ever gets the message, but every once in a while I do say, if I mention it in a tweet, I thank Phil personally because he's kind of the head of the whole thing. Even if he's not the one who thought about it, he's the one pushing it forward. He's the face. So I thank him and I thank you guys every time something comes up. When you guys did Psychonauts 2, I took a lot of heat for that one. But without you guys doing what you did with Psychonauts 2, I wouldn't have been able to play it at all.
Why
So,
did you take heat? I don't understand. That's the amazing game.
because you know, they shouldn't put God mode in there or invincibility mode because it breaks
Can
the
you
game.
relax?
Yeah. No, I need to speak up. More of us need to speak up. Because if we
No.
stay silent, it doesn't change.
The thing is, people are never happy. There's gonna be some people that's just never happy.
No, but if I change one mind every time I have a conversation, then I've done my job. That's one more person that goes, "Oh, I didn't think about that."
You're
Oh,
right,
Yeah.
Paul. You're the king. I ain't gonna say celebrity chief. I'm just saying, listen, that game is amazing and stands on its own accolades, along with the accessibility, along with all the other things it put
Right.
in it. Like I played through that game twice, fully, 100% of the game. I loved the crap out of it. It was such a brilliant design, well written, everything and above. Should have got Game of the Year. Sorry, that's just
Oh yeah.
it was
There's.
very
so
good.
Oh, I'm sorry, Felix. Go ahead.
yeah, I'm actually curious, Albert. What's been your game of the year last year?
Whew. Okay. We're gonna go by calendar year, or are we gonna go by
Just last
the
year. What
Inflammish
comes up
year.
first?
2021, all of
Yeah,
2021
2020.
then.
all of 2021? All right.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
I'll give you
tough.
the. All right. So games that launched in 2021, I'm going to go with Psychonauts 2. Uh, and
Whew.
that's because not only the gameplay, the narrative was cohesive,
Oh my
uh,
gosh.
beautiful art
Mm.
direction, and I mean like splendid, and I mean like very tough stuff to pull off. I'm not an animator, so I wouldn't know, but just seeing how beautiful it looks. I know there's like certain stages where you like go through doors and you're going around and around and you see how it changes, and it kind of has like that that feeling like you're going into like deeper, like you're almost like in a hall of mirrors, but you're not. And like some of the worlds, oh, sorry, some of the brains, like some of these levels were really designed. You can just tell by the mindset of the talent that it was really some special stuff. And then of course just how witty they are with certain play on words. You
Mhm.
have the nuggets of wisdom and stuff like that, and the mental connection. So I just really loved those play on words and the way that they use those phrases and different things that are associated uh, with like you know with the brain and mental and stuff like that, and put it uh, into sense within that world. Now, if we're talking um, I guess from the last scope of the however they do it, the November to sorry, the January to
Hmm.
November or December or whatever, uh, and the cutoff, I'm gonna have to go with Cyberpunk 2077. And
Ooh.
I know that title has been in the news for
Tennis
quite a
rough
lot of
patches,
things,
Yeah,
has
yeah.
For
rough
long,
patches,
yeah.
but from a narrative standpoint, that is one of the greatest games I have ever played. There is so much depth to the side characters, uh the sorry side characters, to the supporting cast, that
Mhm.
the side missions in itself could be full blown DLCs. um just the concepts of cyberware, and the way that it's built is truly amazing. And you see, if you play the game for like long enough, and I won't give any spoilers, but just my spin on it is that, after some time, you really see that the true villain in the game is Night City itself. It's the ideals that people have, that they can, become whatever, immortal, legendary in that city. And you can really see how everyone is chasing these like variations of themselves, or whatever at the city shows, like, hey, this could be your life or whatever it is. But I believe that the city itself is a true villain. But it's a wonderful game. It really is. And I think in time, once it comes together, we get some more patches. Hopefully, we get some story DLC. I'm gonna stand by it. It'll go down as one of the greatest ever.
Oh, nice, nice. I'm gonna have to jump back in. I bought it. I started playing it. Then I had some technical difficulties, but I didn't get a chance to finish it. But I'm definitely gonna jump back into it. It's a game that I actually bought, so I'm like, I got to go back and play this, right? So yeah,
You should. You
and
should.
based off of what you just said, Albert, I'm gonna hold you to that. So let's go.
Look, man, look. Here's how much I'm banking on it, man. Here's how much I'm
All
banking
right,
on it.
like
I
show
actually
me some.
went
Show me
and
some.
Oh
got
yeah.
another version sealed. If I really,
Oh, look at
if I
that.
Nice.
truly like a game, I'll
Yes.
get it again and I'll get it sealed. So this is
Wow.
first print, first edition, sealed.
Yep.
It might be worth something down the line, but like this is how much I believe in Cyberpunk,
Oh,
and
nice.
I
Nice.
do that for certain games. One game that I didn't mention on the list earlier because I felt like I was talking forever is also Bioshock, the
Oh, I
original.
love Bioshock.
Phenomenal game. Absolutely loved it to pieces. Great game. I really echoed it. Man, you know what? I just feel like that like '06 to
Yeah,
I don't know 2013,
yeah.
ridiculous. Like
See, and the one thing, talking to people like you, and you mentioned those games like Bioshock and stuff, all of a sudden I get this twitch in my head. I got to go back and play that again. I got to go back and play that again. But because of Game Pass, thank you guys, I got too much crap to play. You
yeah,
know,
it never ends. It never ends. It doesn't.
it's like a problem that 5 years ago we wouldn't have thought we had, where we say, no, we have too many games. There's just too much out there to grab, especially with digital availability. Because it's all right there. I don't have to order it from a store and wait for it or go get it. It's download it and play it. So
Well, I do have a support tip. Uh, if you want to have some sort of order for your backlog, there is a play later area. I don't know if you've seen it.
yes,
Yeah, it doesn't get I guess too much um, exposure, but that's pretty much like you
yeah,
creating your own queue.
yeah,
And so every time you go into Game Pass and you look at your games, there's that little playlist or that group play
yeah.
later. It's what you promised. So it kind of keeps yourself
Right.
on the hook to
So
play those games in
I've
your
used that.
backlog.
The hard part is honoring it, because I have
Yeah.
used it. The hard part is going, oh yeah, I forgot that stuff is there.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out because I know myself. I go from game to game in like
Mm-hmm.
an hour. I can play 3, 4 different games. It's
Hey, no, you said
so
already today that once you start Elden Ring tomorrow, that's
I'm
it.
gonna start
There's
Elden
there's
Yes.
nothing else.
until
You
I
said
finish.
you're gonna play through it. We're gonna hold you to that.
Yes.
And then one more tip I would say is try playing another game in your backlog on a different form factor. And I'll give you an example. I got Scarlet Nexus. I was excited for it. I put it on console and it just didn't click for me. And I was like, well, I thought I really want to play this. One day I fired it up on my Surface Duo with touch controls and I poured hours and I was having the time of my life. And it's just so crazy to me that it just didn't, it didn't grab me on one form factor. But when I had it on mobile with touch controls, it felt like a whole different experience. Yeah, it all felt like a whole different experience, and it was really great. So sometimes if you, I don't know, I guess experience a game from a different form factor or maybe like a different angle, it may open it up for you, and you might want to like maybe be more inclined to take it off of your backlog early and jump into it.
I do that with PC. I actually jump between PC and console quite a bit.
Nice.
Yeah. Because
So
with my eyes now, doing it on a phone or a small factor device is not really in the cards for me. It's like,
And,
what
and,
that
and that's
say?
fine.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you something. I know it's Black History Month, and I saw a picture of you standing at a podium with Nasdaq and I think Microsoft. And what was that about?
Oh, perfect. So a wow, about 5 years ago. So we have ERGs at Microsoft. So employee resource groups for those who might not know the acronyms. I'm sorry, but definitely like a lot of acronyms. And one for us is Blacks at Microsoft, or BAM for short. Uh, and we have a very dedicated team, or sorry, chapter out here in New York. Uh, and and over the years, we fostered like great connections with like different orgs, different companies, different ERGs from different companies, and Nasdaq was one of them. And we had decided, I guess after a couple of conversations, like, hey, why don't you come and do the closing bell for Black History Month? And it was crazy because at the time I was still in the store. I was working part time, and in the BAM chapter, which is all full of like corporate folks, they had invited me, and I said, "Me? Are you sure?" And he said, "Yeah, yeah, of course, Albert. Your family." And I said, all right, fine, I'll do it. And we loved it. NASDAQ loved it. And it just turned into into like a yearly tradition. And we've been doing it ever since. So it's,
Yeah, we just did one a few days ago, I believe. Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes, we
it's
did. Yeah.
pretty cool.
That's awesome. That's a really cool thing to be involved in a company that you love to be at and projects that you love working on. It's like it's a great way to meet other people as well at the company, I think. So fantastic stuff, man. Fantastic stuff.
Thank you.
PK, did you have any questions for any more questions?
Yeah, I was just giving everybody space, just absorbing everything. So this all that sounds dope to me. It's always cool to hear these stories. It's very fascinating to me. You know, coming from the ethnic background and seeing the journey of someone's story and seeing where they're going, and it's always inspiring for a lot of people who look like us, who didn't think that it would be a possibility to be sitting where you're at and absorbing and being able to do something you love to do. You know, it's not always talked about or celebrated, and I think it should be, right? I think those things should be definitely. There's some alkalites there. It shows that there's always uh, room for opportunities. There's room for a situation where you can definitely take advantage of, but you definitely got to do it when it comes by. You can't just shy away from it. You know what I mean? And all that's amazing. Basically, you just opened your book up to us and we just read it for the last hour. So that's pretty dope. Appreciate it. Um, I'm just gonna say something lighthearted though. What games you playing right now, cuz? What's up? What we
Uh,
get down on?
all right. So I have I've been trying to juggle a lot of ongoing games, so that has really uh, definitely put a lot of pressure on my backlog. So I've been playing a Sea of Thieves. I'm trying to get the Pirate Legend
Mm.
achievement. So in my earlier days, I was I was an achievement hunter, but I stopped doing that and started to enjoy games more. But every now and then,
Hold on.
I see an
Wait,
achievement.
wait,
I was
wait,
like,
wait. You can't say that you can't enjoy games and not have to go for it the achievement hunter.
no,
Sometimes they go hand in hand, cuz.
yes, yes, yes. They do. But in my earlier days, like I just wanted the numbers, man. I'm telling you, I didn't. I bought anything. I just wanted the numbers for my achievements. So I grew up and I said, hey, let me just, really play the games that I want to play, and the achievements will come. So,
Hmm.
but every now and then I see an achievement, I'm like, ooh, I need that. I want that. Like for example, um, Death's Door that came out.
Ah,
I
good game.
won that achievement where you only use the umbrella as your
You
melee.
got it. That should be in your first playthrough, dude.
Yep, yep, yep. I did it my first playthrough. I saw it and I was like, I want it. I want it. And I got it. So
Only
I
use
thought
the
that was a good
umbrella.
play. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Only,
I
man,
1000% that game. That is an amazing game. I like that
it
game.
is. It
It
it,
is
it
dope.
is.
That
Yeah.
is
So
dope.
yeah. So
See,
there was that going.
kindred spirits over here, man. What we getting down on? We getting
Uh-huh.
down on some multiplayer stuff. What's up?
I'm playing a lot of Halo.
Halo?
Yeah, I don't know why, but I just really like
Right, because it's Halo.
since the MP came out, I just have a goal to complete the weekly challenge every week, and I've yet to miss a weekly challenge. I've always
Mm.
completed it. I've gotten the awards, and I'm gonna keep doing it. But I don't know now. We have Elden Ring, and I don't know, T minus a few hours. So
Ooh.
I'm hoping that does not deter me from my duties as a Spartan.
Hey,
That,
I
Elden Ring.
sounds like the rest of us, man. You know, I gotta get my weeklies and my dailies in. You know, multiple games, so I know what that's like, for sure.
Yeah.
And I can see that. Elden Ring ain't for me, but you know, I'm more power to you. I think I might sneak on over to the what is it called, Dying Light 2. I might sneak
Yeah.
over
Okay.
to that.
Down like two. Nice. Yeah. You know, like I'm not really like a Souls like person, but just the coverage from the game and like all of the videos and the general excitement that I saw from it, I'm like, I gotta see for myself now. I have to check this out. I was gonna wait, but just the way people are just gushing over it, I'm gonna say, you know what? I'll check it out right now. Then I'll see for myself. So that's what really propelled me. And I mean, it does look amazing as well. So I am up for a challenge. I
It's multiplayer, right?
Uh, Not Elden Ring. I think
It's co-op.
it's co-op.
no,
Okay,
don't call it
co-op.
co-op if you got to put in codes and if you see animation screen and then it kicks your partner out, they got to put a code to get back in. And then if you die, it kicks them out again. They got to put another code to get back in. That's not co-op, okay? Don't call that co-op. That's that's some kind of foreign checkers. I don't know what that is.
What you
That is
mean? That
not
sounds like
co-op.
co-op to me. That sounds like co-op to me. I
Oh,
mean,
That's
like, what about back
horrible.
in the day
getting
when?
PK all fired up, man. Getting PK
Co-op
all
is
fired
when
up.
you're on Forza and somebody just jumps in your stuff and just
Yeah,
we get
drop in,
going.
drop out.
Let,
Drop in,
let
drop
me
out,
let me
baby.
say one thing, Albert. This game is the right time to jump into Dark Souls type games because it is the most like made the most accessible to the franchise.
I'm
Right.
sorry. I'm
Um,
sorry. I love Flemish, but you can't take his opinion, man. You just can't. You just can't.
You haven't
This
completed any of
man
the
will sell
others.
you
You haven't
a
completed
game
any of the others.
and he'll be like, "Yeah, let's play it," and then like
just with the
10 minutes later,
Mm.
he done left you.
He's
You
on to
on
a
the
different
Stra-
thing.
streaming with him, and he gone, and you by yourself. And then you just like, where he go? He come back on a different game. You can't. You can't. I'm sorry, man. It's what it
Flemish.
is.
What do you know about Elden Ring? What can you share?
well, let me share this.
Yeah.
This game is open world, so you can go wherever you want. If you
Hmm.
go at a part and it's too hard, there's 10 different things you can do otherwise to gather more souls, level up, and come back later to the same boss, which is going to be easier because you're stronger.
Right.
Hmm.
Besides that, you have a lot more spells you can do now. It's a lot more. There's even summonings you can do, so you can summon beasts to help by your side, basically. So there's a lot more nuance to how combat works. There's a lot more combos and like guard counters, I would say. So blocking and um, like parrying and all that stuff has more meaning now because you can stagger bosses, which you couldn't do before. Then it was all about mashing R1 all the time
Mhm.
or RB.
Yeah.
And now it's more about bringing all those combos together and it's more fluid overall. So
Nice.
I think it's a lot better. It seems that way. And like I haven't played it yet. I'm very excited. I'm waiting till tomorrow because
Yeah. So
it's
so
very
can we
late.
all play together? How many player co-op is it? Three.
Three. Yeah.
It better not be what I just described, because that is horrible.
I have no idea. I haven't tried it
I'm
yet.
telling
I
you,
mean,
that was my experience playing one of their older Souls
with
like games.
well with yeah with I think with Dark Souls 2 and 3, wasn't it like a soap that you had to put down before the boss or something for somebody, or by a campfire or
yeah,
something for somebody to come in?
yeah, something like
Oh
that.
my lord!
You
And
have to
Dark
put the
Souls,
soapstone down.
yeah, soapstone, that's it. And Dark Souls 2, when it launched, it had a little bit of connection issues, but they ended up fixing it.
Well,
Yeah,
you guys have fun with that. I'm
so
not
some
gonna be
people
mad.
swear by Dark Souls 2, some people don't like Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 3 was a lot better, and in this one, there's even solo invasions are mostly gone now, or are gone, one of the two, because of stuff that was happening with the community at the time. They took it out. It's only when you're
Gotcha.
playing with other people at the same time then you can get invaded. so it's a little bit more friendly. Like I don't want to get invaded at all.
Gotcha.
Like I think it's too challenging for me to play against other people. So if I can just avoid that, I'm happy.
Well, I know that we're coming up to 8:30, and it's usually our closeout time. But Albert, before we do our outros and get out of here, is there anything else that you'd like to share or say?
I just thank you for having me on. It was definitely a pleasure coming on here, and getting to talk and getting to hear everyone's stories and just having like a good couple of laughs and stuff. So this is great. Thank you again for having me on.
Absolutely, and you're always welcome back on, man. Always welcome back on with us to hang out and talk video games and just have some fun.
That's what we like to do, man. That's what we like to do.
Well, actually, I do have one question. Uh, what's everyone's most anticipated game this year, if it hasn't came out yet or it's already been released? But any form.
I'm easy. Starfield, baby. I'm all about the Starfield.
Yeah,
Starfield. Okay.
Starfield.
I'm about that Microsoft game that they never said is coming out that should come back. The very first Xbox Live game, Mech. And you bring out Mech 3. That's what I'd be happy about. It's my most anticipated, most looked for game that never happens, but I want it.
Well, PK, they
Don't
always
judge me.
need developers.
I'm not a developer. I'm an idealist. I write. I'm like Albert over here. I write the script. You know what I'm saying? I'll design the story. Let's get it in. We'll write it from scratch. We'll say the man drop in. He's got this make it be like Titanfall all over again, but 1,000 times better. You know what I'm saying? I love Titanfall, but
I do.
Mecha Soul, like Titanfall and Mecha Soul. Man, that's a
Titanfall 2,
dream.
Titanfall 2, one of the best single player campaigns out there.
Titanfall
Yes.
2 is ahead
Oh,
of its time
underrated.
when it
Underrated.
comes to that.
Yep.
But yeah, uh, Mecha Soul 2 was also the first time I think Microsoft had like a worldwide game where every stuff was happening all the time, and your phone it would text you when your world was getting invaded, and you had to go home and play the game so you can kick them off your
So,
world.
what I'm taking from PK Albert is that his most anticipated game is Elden Ring.
Yeah, there it is. You heard it here first, folks.
PK supports Elden Ring 100%. He's given up Fantasy Star Online.
That
No
might happen.
comment.
That might happen.
Fantasy Star Online.
That might happen. Actually, that might happen.
I'm looking forward to Tiny Tina. Like
Yeah.
Good
I
choice.
really, I really love the Borderlands stories, and I love the voice acting in the games. And I think the character of Tiny Tina, voiced by Ashley Birch, I think she does a fantastic job of fitting the role of a little bit socially awkward and out there character, you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And her brother, one of the core designers of the game, or at least part 2. Could have sworn that that's what it was because they did like YouTube thing with their dad and whatnot. I don't know if you guys seen that. That's pretty good.
Paul.
No,
I'm gonna
Yo.
look it up and give it to you.
Oh no, you said Starfield. Okay.
Yep.
It's on Flamish. Gregory, what's your most anticipated game?
well, my most anticipated game is Hogwarts Legacy. I have to be honest. I'm just
ooh,
a huge Harry Potter fan. I love all the movies, and I don't love the Lego games that much because the style of how they play. But man, those that new game looks oof oof. Even my girlfriend is excited to play a first real RPG for the first time because she loves Harry Potter. So
So you've been playing fake RPGs all this time, is what you're telling us.
no, my girlfriend's gonna. Oh, PK, come on, damn you! I have to say something. If you love Death's Door, you're gonna love Elden Ring. Period.
Mm,
Well, that tells me another reason not to try Elden Ring
there
anytime
you
soon.
go.
There you go. I tried Death's Door. I really did. I can't do it. I just can't
It's
do it.
it's one of those games you gotta have a lot of patience, Paul. Trust,
Yeah.
but it's good though.
Paul and
It is.
patience, it doesn't go together.
I,
It's
I
like
know,
him and
man. I
pineapple
know.
on
Hey,
pizza.
we got to get him DLC patience. Run the DLC. Go ahead, Paris. What's up?
Oh man, there's a lot. Starfield out. No, Madden 2023. No.
You know, I was really gonna believe you there for a second. Yeah, you fooled.
I
Yeah,
was
just
thinking
play
like,
Madden
wait a
20.
minute.
Just play Madden 2022, and it's
or
you'll
I
Madden
find
was like,
23, whatever.
I was like, just
Whatever
do a
the next
rewrite.
Madden. No, it's gonna be Starfield, but all the other games that are coming out. I'm actually looking
yeah.
forward to the show that's coming to Game Pass, right?
Yep.
Show 2022, so that's coming to Game Pass.
Yep.
So that's what I'm looking forward to also because I'll be able to stream it and play it on XCloud. That's what I'm doing right now. I never even played Batman Arkham Knight before,
Oh my
Ooh,
God!
great game.
Turn his
Great
camera
game.
off.
and I
I don't want to
just
hear from
started
this
playing
man.
it.
You're such
just
a
started
fraud.
playing
You're
it.
such a fraud.
God.
Good God.
I just started playing it, and I'm playing it on cloud because I didn't download it, so I'm just playing it strictly on cloud, and it's a good game, and it's
Yep.
perfect. So it
It's
just like
amazing.
as Albert was saying, hey, try playing games on different things, and that's what I'm doing with it, and
You need to
it's
be like
cool.
Tony the
So.
Tiger. It's great.
Never
but
played
look,
it before. I'd seen it and all that stuff, but now I'm playing it. I even got a couple of
Yep.
Chivos in it so
yo,
far. So
it's an amazing game for real. I'm mad that the Xbox did not get a next gen upgrade for that game ever. Not even the HD pack. That should
yeah,
have
the
happened.
FPS boost and stuff like that. Yeah, there are
Yeah.
some comments on that stuff. So
Yep.
I would just say for real. No, all jokes said. Um, I am looking to see what this year's Pokemon look like because Game Freak has a chance to redeem themselves. Legend Arceus was good. It's not my favorite, but it's a step in the right direction. And it feels more like Monster Hunter, which is an amazing game. So if they keep going that direction and bring back all the features, then they got their divided fan base back. The other thing is, I wanted to see also some of these Japanese titles that will come to the Xbox. I'm hopeful that since Atlas has shown that they're going to release a game finally, a new one on Xbox, maybe we'll get Persona on Xbox. And it's kind of weird, right? We get a Atlas game before Square even releases Final Fantasy Remake on Xbox. But anyways, I am looking forward to some of the more Japanese RPGs to come to the Xbox brand. Not that I don't own them or can't play them anywhere else because I do. However, my preferred place is on the Xbox console, even though I do play on PC or whatever and on Switch and PlayStation. But more or less likely, they usually get a fresh new paint of sparkles when it comes to Xbox. This is why I can't wait to see if they do come and see what things they bring.
nice.
Well, Albert, since we're at that time, I want to let everybody know where can they find you, man.
Oh wow. I can be found on Twitter at Alkalus. So that's A L as in a Larry, K as in kitchen, ALLUS. And also can be found on YouTube at the Nickel Gaming Show. So that's a nickel like the actual coin. Yep. So Nickel Gaming Show on YouTube. I try to be weekly, but sometimes don't try to. It just really depends on the schedule, how life is, and stuff like that. But we usually are on like Friday afternoons. If not, then sometimes we'll skip a week here and there. But that's where you can find me.
Dope.
Awesome. And Paris.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at plock77. You can find me here on the MCU part of the show as we just did a Doctor Strange trailer review, so go check that out here on 4GQ TV. You can catch me on Facebook also at Locky Charms, and one of the biggest Marvel fan groups that I run on Facebook, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, with over 500,000 plus members. So we're growing. So uh, if you want to join and talk about Marvel content, come join up on Facebook. That's where you can find me at.
Yeah, time to post all those theories and predict it before the movies drop. That's what
Yes,
time it
yes,
is.
yes. Marvel.
And PK, where can people find you, man?
What? Me? I thought you were gonna help Flamish, the quiet one, and then all right, we don't want to miss the celebrity in chief. We need to make sure we get them. But I can't go. This stuff. Hey, thanks for coming through, Albert and Paris. Thanks for joining us, man. You always part of the family, but I appreciate you guys coming through. And shout out to everyone that's been in the chat, watching and hanging out, kind of listening to our stories and us ranting and raving and talking about gaming and journeys. I know it's pretty educational for me and probably for you guys. I appreciate you guys coming through for sure. Definitely find me here for GK TV. And you know what, Paris? I thought you was gonna say you can find me in the X Cloud. You find him in the cloud somewhere. That's what I thought you was gonna say. Okay, no. Find me in the X
You find me in the cloud. You find me on the rocket that's you're playing. That's how the tour loads. You can find me on that rocket.
Yeah, exactly. That's him. You should tell him to add your little avatar riding on a little rocket as it goes by. That'd be funny. But yeah, definitely find me here hanging out. And I do Dragon's Den on Saturday. Dragon's Den with 108 Dragons TV. And we always talk about topics nobody else talk about. That's his thing. And he has a saying, but my saying is play games, not companies. That's why we're gamers. We don't sit there and fool with things that we don't own. You know what I mean? It's kind of like back in the day. I rep this street, dude. You don't own nothing on this street. Relax. you know. But yo, hey, thanks, clowns. I'm out. You guys have a good one. Appreciate it.
See you, PK.
Yeah. And PK, thanks for hanging out with us. Awesome to have you back on the panel as well. Flamish, it's been your first appearance in like a half a year. I think you got stuck under your candy bowl, mountains of candy somewhere. Got lost on the way to Germany for the good chocolate, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I'm just happy to be back. It's been a while. I know. I miss the show. I miss being on it and doing all the stuff with 4GQ TV, especially streaming and all that stuff. Playing games. I'm just been quiet, playing on my own a little bit more. With all work and stuff. But I'll be streaming this Saturday some Elden Ring. I'll put the dates on Twitter, let you all know when. It's gonna be in the afternoon for me, which is like the morning, noon for you guys. So, and yeah, I'll hope to do that more and just be more on the show when I can. It's not gonna be as much as old times, but I'll still be here. I'll still be around, guys.
And then we have our celebrity resident, Pineapple Paul, as we like to call
Stop
him.
it. No. No, no, no.
That's
I
Paris's
swear to
nickname for
God,
him, Albert.
I
There's a
swear
story
to
behind it.
God. I'm
Paul,
telling you, I am
Pineapples are
really-
sweet, Paul. Pineapples are sweet.
When
really
we
sweet.
meet in Orlando, clowns, you're not going to survive that trip. I'm just telling you right now. You can find me on Twitter, Cerebral Paul 1, Twitch and YouTube, it's Cerebral Paul, Xbox Cerebral Paul 921, and I do numerous shows. The best thing to do is follow me on the Twitter, which shows you when I go live on what shows and when I'm streaming on my own channel as well, because all the podcasts I do are on other people's channels. So there you go. So best thing, follow me on Twitter if you want to know where I'm at any given time. See, short, quick, easy. Because PK hates it when I list them all.
And I mean, you got
When you list them.
I mean, he got 2 pages of acolytes to go through, like you watching a movie and you're just watching
New York
the credits roll by.
Times, TMZ, that's
You know what
Paul.
I mean?
You're just jealous because you haven't been in Forbes magazine and National Geographic.
Okay, I'm good. I don't need that much. I'll watch you do it. I'm good with that.
There you go. There you go.
But I want to thank everybody in the chat for coming out. And to Lemon, he did drop a super chat earlier, and we were definitely talking during the process, but I want to get to it. He said, "Hey, clown, so I get paid for that question before QTV asks it, I'll wait." And I think he's referring to the pineapple on pizza
Yeah, he is.
question.
He's referring to the pineapple on
Yeah.
pizza.
But I think for him, we got to do the mustard on pizza because he likes mustard on pizza.
Oh my God.
Okay, now wait. Albert's also from New York. Albert, do you do that? The mustard on
Mustard?
pizza thing, yeah.
Is that a New York thing?
Mustard?
Wait. Did you say mustard?
Yeah,
Yes.
according to Dragon, a lemon, the mustard on pizza thing is a New York thing.
I can't co-sign that.
Ooh,
However, to be fair, I've never tried that, so I can't knock something that I haven't tried. It's just not something that I don't. I'm not sure that I'll do. But hey,
Would try it, right?
yeah. But if it works, it works.
Dragon, I thought you
and-
lemon. I thought you said it was a New York thing. Didn't Clowns? Hadn't he said?
No,
it's a New York
he
thing?
said it's his neighborhood thing. Like
Oh,
he
it's a
lives,
neighborhood
so
thing,
he
my
lives in
bad.
Brownsville, part of Brooklyn, and on that area they put mustard on their pizza. It's a common thing, he said over there.
Mm.
You know what?
It's
It could work. It could work. I've been to
With
like
certain
pizza
pizzas,
places.
yeah, I could think it could work. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had like barbecue sauce on like
Oh, I've
pizza.
done that, yeah.
I've had
Barbecue
like
sauce
different
is
things and it's worked. So maybe mustard could work. It depends. Is it a
There you
honey
go.
mustard?
I got you
Is
another
it a
$5
spicy
for him to
mustard?
correct me. Cost him $5 to correct me.
He
There you
said
go.
it says in Brownsville.
I'm gonna do this more often, so he'll pay to correct me more often.
You
for
gotta-
me when I think about mustard on pizza, I think about chocolate on pizza. It's
Wait, you're the
same.
one who
It's
put
like,
other weird crap on pizza. You did.
I
so
don't want to
much,
do it.
okay?
For me, just mushrooms and ham. That's all I want.
wait,
Mushrooms,
wait.
ham.
He ate
So
a
Dragon's
broccoli
not the
crusted.
yellow mustard. He's
Yeah.
saying brown mustard.
Yeah, brown
lately,
mustard.
but it's not the yellow mustard. It's not when you go into the grocery store and buy the yellow mustard and just squirt it all over your
Okay, so all right. So now there's hope.
I've-
Peanut
No,
butter and cold
Deadpool,
pizza.
No.
No.
I've never heard of that. I might have
No.
to try that.
Oh,
Now we're just getting into
So, in all honesty,
no,
so
that's got to be a hangover cure. That one. That's got to be a hangover cure.
So, I don't know if you know this, Albert. My family is in the pizza business. My father was a pizza man, and he grew up in New York City and Brooklyn and Red Hook, and he learned how to make pizza there, and he was very successful at it. So that's why I always ask these questions. But I put ketchup on my pizza before.
Oh, that's gross.
But I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. You can always find me on 4GQ TV. And yeah, see you guys next time.
More than
Next
$5,
time.
Lemon. More than $5. See you later.
See you guys.
Woo!